Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, we got Legend in the house. Stay tuned. Hey guys, do you need help organizing your tennis life? Well, think Geau. We got the Axiom line here, the 9-pack duffel, my favorite bag, the 9-pack Axiom 2.0. They even make a 12-pack if you're going on tour. And my favorite backpack of all time. I love that bag. So if you want to organize your tennis life, think Geau. All right, so coffee sponsor of today is Chris K. Chris K writes, I have recently gotten back into tennis after not playing for about 20 years since high school. Your channel has provided me with great insight on what is new and what to look out for. I currently use a Wilson Clash 100 version 2. With the release of the Shift version 1, I'm excited to hear your comparison of the two and if it's worth the upgrade. I'm just a recreational player as we don't have the option for anything else in the small town that I live in. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you, Chris K. I actually think the Shift version 1 regular could, maybe should, be the ultimate recreational to intermediate racket. It's definitely got the potential to be the weekend warrior racket and possibly replace the Clash Pure Drive Aero because of the special dynamics that it has with the special bending of the one way and the stiffness the other way. So I can definitely see it being like the #1 selling racket, in the next 6 months to 8 months. Yeah, I definitely could see it. So I definitely would consider it as your next upgrade, though. Okay? Thank you, Chris K. If you want to be my coffee sponsor of the day, network is buymeacoffee.com/tennis spin. If you want to just support the channel and ignore my coffee habit, super thanks is the way. Link is below. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Chris K. Yeah, that Shift is going to be a pretty special racket. But speaking of special rackets, I got Legends in the house. Head Legends. So these came from my buddy Peter Allen's collection. As you can see, there's a worn off kind of a Goodwill symbol on there from Goodwill. How much was this thing? Kind of worn off. Looks like it was like $5. Yeah. So it looks like this one is missing some strings on the top. You guys seen this thing before? Some people call it a snowshoe. Others call it I call it a racetrack. It looks like a racetrack. Oh, this one's in better condition. Check it out. Check out the grips. Looks to be original. I'm going to show you the good one over here. See that shape? It's got a box, kind of a beam here too. It's squared off right here. Look at that. Somebody put some power pads in here too. See where my hand is? Right? If you have a two-handed backhand, you're falling short. Look at how short you're falling. Yeah, but then you got a lot of racket. So back then, you see how narrow this thing is compared to a regular racket? Like I feel like if I do this, it's like a modern racket. but people used to hit flat when this thing was out. I believe this is circa 1981, 2, 3-ish is what my research has told me. There were two versions of this racket. There was a 26.5 version and a 27.5 version. These are the 27.5 version. So these are a little longer. I'm going to put it where my shift is. See, it's longer than my shift here by a little bit, as you can see. So 27.5. I remember seeing this in high school. There was a girl on the team that used it, and she won all city with it. But I'm talking in the 80s, though, late 80s. And she was really, really good. And this is what she played with. So the short version of this racket is called a collarless grip. I'm not quite sure what that means. That's just what I've researched. And then the long version, which is this version, is called a collar grip. As you can see the symbol there, it's AMF Head was still part of the company. This feels like a 4 3/8. This feels like a 5/8. Yeah. 16 by 21 on these puppies, and there are shared holes. So this is not going to be that easy to string. 100% graphite, 12.6 ounces strung, 3 points head light, 16 millimeter beam. And like I said, it's a box beam. It's very squared off here, which means what, guys? Flexible. It's going to be very flexible. I could definitely feel the weight driving through already because of the elongated head over here. Let's see how we do with this with Coach Rob. All right? See you on the court. All right, Coach Rob. What did you think of the legend of Billie Jean?
I think it worked as a fly swatter since we've got some of those out here. But, multi-purpose, fly swatter, snowshoe.
You're not a fan?
I couldn't really get over the shape.
Really?
It was just a strange shape.
I thought you hit pretty well with it, though.
I had to watch the ball a little closer since it was such a interesting pattern.
Yeah.
But it was okay.
Okay.
It was just strange.
Okay. Yeah, there weren't many rackets that were this shape back in any time.
Right.
And it's narrow, so it wouldn't work for today either because everybody's coming over the ball like this. I mean, it'd make more sense back in the time when these were made, when we went across or through the ball like this. So it was, and still is, a legend.
It was a legend. Yes.
So when I talk about the legend of Billie Jean, I'm not talking about Billie Jean King. I'm talking about the movie Billie Jean with, I think her name was Slater. If you haven't watched it, it's a classic. Please do.
Give me that back and fly around me again.
But, so here's the thing about this racket. When you come through, there's a lot coming through.
Right.
And it finishes it up for you. I mean, it's not, I was surprised that when I came up on a few that I didn't frame it. So I must be doing something right with these rackets because
Might have kept your head still for fear of swinging and missing.
That might be true.
Could have been.
That's a rarity.
I know.
But I mean, just to have one of these is kind of cool. This actually, you know what this reminds me of? You know those old school rackets that had this shape? And I'm talking about the wooden rackets that are from the 20s, 30s, 40s. You recall any of those?
I got some old ones, but I don't think I have anything that far back.
Yeah, we're talking hickory wood back in the day. They were this shape. And I think that might have been where they were going with this racket. There's two versions of this. This is the longer version. So cordless or corded version of the racket. So 27.5. There's a 26.52 that I don't have. So for those of you out there who are in the knowledge of the legend. All right, so you don't like it.
You know, it's just kind of strange. Okay. I hit with it okay. It was fine. It's just weird.
Okay. All right.
Couldn't get past it.
All right. Well, I'll find something more normal for you next time.
Terrific.
Okay. Yeah. No, I had a lot of fun with this. A backhand, I felt it come through. Forehand, I felt it come through. Volley was very stable. Yeah. No, this is actually in really good condition now that I look at it again. But yeah, if you see one of these legends, pick it up because they're rare. Even though they're a little weird, it kind of brings a lot of nostalgia back into the 80s, at least for me. I think we're both 80s kids.
We are.
All right. Rob, thanks for chilling out with me today.
Sure.
And trying out
the legend.
All right. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.